Hello and welcome to Act and React. My name's Steph. Yep, it is another reaction channel, but with a slight twist, in as much as not only that we're looking at new content, and there's some great stuff coming out at the moment, but also going back to look at content that I've not seen before, that I believe that people are reacting very differently to. So over the coming weeks, I'll be going back looking at content that's not so new, but also, as the name suggests, I'm an actor by trade. So in this, I'll be taking you with me when I'm allowed to onto film sets to show you what I do, the films I'm working on, and do a few things behind the scenes, hence Act and React. So hopefully just a little bit different to the normal reaction stuff. But today we're looking at not channel 4, we're looking at episode 4 of Andor. Number 1 I felt was slow, number 2 and 3 I thought was gripping, number 4 I can't wait to get stuck into it. Came yesterday, or came out yesterday I should say, and unfortunately I was busy and nowhere near anywhere where I could watch it, so I've kept away from the internet, and literally I am raring to go right now, seriously. So without further ado, no more waffle from me, let's get this reaction underway. Okay, this is it, episode 4, finally. Andor. So we left them last time escaping from the planet, Lucian and Cassian, so oh, that sounds good. Oh, we've got some blood. A rare thing in Star Wars to see actual blood. Oh, they've made the jump. And do you know what? What a credit to the director. Finally, as someone makes the jump to light speed or hyperspace, or we want to call it, they jolt backwards. What a shot. In the background, as you can see him kind of channeling down the through the galaxy.
Seems to me you have two choices. And help with something important.
I would imagine he'll say, drop me off somewhere and I'll run.
Which should make you hate them all the more, and you do.
The writing of dialogue in this is some of the best Star Wars. Proper dialogue. Wow, that's a compliment. If that don't get Andor on board, I don't know what will.
What's the offer?
There we go. This guy's attention. 200 grand, or whatever it is, 200,000 credits, grand.
What would we be stealing? For an entire
Oh, just a quarterly payroll. Oh, easy. That's Coruscant. Oh, yes. Capital of the galaxy. This is Star Wars now. Do you know, I've got all goose pimply, as we say in the UK. What a shot. Imperial Security Bureau. That's massive.
Are you being intentionally evasive? I'll expect specifics by the end of the day.
It sounds like this guy's brutal as well.
Because they've done such an excellent job so far.
I tell you what, everybody around that table, they must be cacking themselves for when it's their turn to talk to him. He's brutal, seriously. Do you know, it was really good to see. When I think of Imperials, again, I imagine like the Death Star when they was around that table when Darth Vader, lack of faith. It's refreshing to see that normal conversations about controlling the galaxy go on. Clem, who's just had a shave with a very sharp blade. That is very, very impressive.
I think it's best you stay inside.
I can't imagine anybody arguing with this guy. I think he would run rings around you with his speech, with his with his vocal ability. What was that? Was that a crystal?
It's a down payment.
It is.
It's a quad to see.
Wow. Again, a little subtle bit of Star Wars there with the kyber crystal. Those passageways are just so Millennium Falcon wise, aren't they? So, is she part of the rebellion? Oh, hello. Someone got carried away with the smoke machine on this bit.
Take him in and lie about how it's come to pass.
She's not happy.
Look at me! You wanted to lead.
No, excuse me, that was... Don't mess with this guy. Made her pay attention. Made me jump. I looked away from the screen on that one. I do feel sorry for in the middle. He had nothing to do with this and said about don't do nothing apart from make a story up. Just what I said. The combined ingredients of idiocy. What a line. This is good writing. Seriously.
As of this morning, the Milano system is under permanent imperial authority.
Wow. Looks like we're going to see a few stormtroopers kicking around the place.
Us? How many of us are there?
Now we are 7.
7. 7 against the garrison.
Save your wind.
Save your wind. Where are they getting this terminology from? It's great.
Get down, tuck in.
Well, what have I missed? Finally. Some TIE fighters, baby. That sound effect. Sorry, I won't do that again. Oh, that. Do you know what? I've got goose pimples. They've misspelt ferret. You see, you've got to listen to these lines because there's some real one-liners in all of this where they've misspelt ferrex. I mean, so good to know that normal people within the Imperial can't spell properly. Oh, look at that. The way it just sort of comes back from hyperspace.
Landing protocol 037.
Autopilot, of course. The heck is that? Crikey, all that for a mirror? Oh, look at a proper actor getting into character just before he goes on stage. Look at that positive way he's walking. It just commands, doesn't it? And the sweeping of his coat. Wow.
Drink up. We've a way to go.
With a way to go. Wasn't that Qui-Gon Jinn's last words to Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan series? With a ways to go. Love it.
I suggest you schedule an appointment.
Oh, these two are like kids, aren't they?
Are you denying my request?
For the second time today.
Oh, second time today. He doesn't use many words, but what he does use are absolutely, again, brutal and bang on. There's a machine gun there. Look.
Who is it?
It's like, don't know the models, but that didn't look like a laser gun. It looked like a normal, what I'd class as a vintage machine gun, like used in wars on Earth. Poor Cassian, you know, he's going from pillar to post. No one really likes him, apart from his mother and the droid.
This is Clem. Haven't mentioned him before now because I wasn't sure we could get him here on time.
Oh, she's good. She's good.
Can I speak with you?
Let's get Clem settled in.
He's not happy.
We'll take all the help we can get.
Finally, someone that's actually acknowledged thank you for help. It's Inspector Khan with all his belongings, a suitcase and a briefcase. Look at that. Just the lift going past all the different levels. Wow. Reminds me of Mega City 1. Look it up if you don't know what I mean. So who's this? Mother. Oh, you bugger. I felt that.
Senator Mon Mothma's here.
Mon Mothma. Hello.
What do you think?
Senator.
There she is. Oh, wow.
You as well, Luke. I'm sorry to be so late.
Not be humbled by
She
the
looks
ignorance
great.
of our
Love her accent. She sounds very British. Very sounds and looks
So,
kind of like Julie Andrews.
ceremonial variety.
Look in the background. Look at that. That is, oh my goodness, brain, come on, think. That is Star Killer's armour? I could be wrong. I was too busy yakking about Mon Mothma and I just caught a glimpse of it in the background. I'm sure that looked like that. It is. See, I wonder what else is in this scene that is sort of Star Warsy. Do you know, I actually genuinely thought he'd be a very hard person to kind of retaliate or talk to, but she's good. That sounds familiar. Oh, we got another biker. Oh, those noises. It is just reminiscent of Andor and the biker scouts whizzing around all the trees. Fabulous. Stay. Be a good boy and stay. What's he kicking off about?
We've no say in this.
They really are uptight about getting help, aren't they?
Should have been consulted.
On that we agree.
Oh,
Clem,
I love
this is Lieutenant
the
Gordon.
honesty.
He's our contact.
This is just so well written. Wow, look at this place. This is clearly where Mon Mothma must be residing. Look at the bonsai tree there. Do you know, if I had the money, this is the kind of decor I'd have my place in. Look at it. It's stunning. And she looks so good in this environment.
Can't be serious. These people hate me. They spend every day trying to undo anything I've touched.
What an arsehole.
Not right now, please. Go.
That poor extra. That was her moment in front of the camera and you just told her to do one.
Fun. Oh, we should find some gourmet guests for tonight and see how amused they are. Yesterday. Do you know when we will start?
Me a present.
Yeah,
Going back,
it'll be a thermal detonator, mate, if you're not careful.
Particularly to the rebels tracing its theft.
First mention of the rebels. So they're clear that there's rebels occurring.
You'll eat. You'll let Cinta check the bandage. And you'll have learned all that by morning.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose at the end of the day, if he's going to be doing this properly, he needs to learn. Wow. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just gather my thoughts. I'm going to gather my thoughts for a couple of minutes, and then I will do my final thoughts on the whole episode. Hello and good morning. I say good morning because last night when I did my reaction to episode 4, it was about 2 a.m. and the intention was to do the thoughts of the episode straight after. But to be fair, it was late. A lot happened in the episode, so I kind of slept on it. So it is morning. Hence, you can probably see I've changed my clothes from what I was wearing in the reaction video. So here is my final thoughts. I've always been critical of the pacing of the show, but it's got better and better. And in fairness, episode 3 and 4 have been absolutely on point, in my opinion. The story's been carried along really, really well. The introduction of new characters has been perfect. And talking of introduction to characters, what a treat seeing Mon Mothma appear last night. Wow, a legendary Star Wars character, and it was great. I don't think I reacted on it as I would have done if I'd watched it this morning when I was sort of wide awake. I was getting pretty tired, but it was a thrill seeing her walk into the show. Absolutely fantastic. But what I will say, what a tool her husband is. I mean, really, inviting people to a dinner party or whatever you want to call it, and there's people there that basically are against her enemies. As I said in my reaction, he deserves not a birthday present, a nice one. A thermal detonator is what would be shoved up his beep beep. But the show itself, as I say, the pacing was fantastic. The guy who plays Lucien, wow, his acting has brought Star Wars to another level. We have some fantastic actors out there. It's kind of reminiscent to Star Wars, A New Hope in 1977. You've got a lot of actors who no one's ever heard of, really. I mean, Harrison Ford, I think at that time had done American Graffiti, but no one else that was in there really was known apart from Alec Guinness. Now, Alec, he'd learnt his trade, I believe, through the Royal Shakespeare Company and so on, so he had the background, and he brought a level into Star Wars which was phenomenal. And we're seeing that now in Andor. We've got some great actors coming in there, and they're delivering big speeches. A lot of Star Wars dialogue tends to be quite short and sweet, and you know, at the moment in this show we're getting some really good monologues from people. It's phenomenal, really, really good. And as an actor myself, I've picked up on a lot of this. So for me, it's just catapulted the show to a different level. Of course, going back into the show itself, a lot happened in this and one. We had, obviously, Cassian being introduced to the other rebels, if you like. None of which, apart from one, seems to appreciate him being there. It just seems for poor Cassian at the moment, it's just an uphill struggle just to survive, just to get a break in life. And I hope he does get one, because we obviously know what his outcome of his actual life will be and what a hero he is. But in terms of his life in general, he's not had a particularly nice one. But again, in terms of the show, with all the little Easter eggs in there, we saw Starkiller's armour in the background of the art gallery, if that's what you want to call it, which is sort of Lucian's facade, you know, his actual alias to what he really is. That was fantastic seeing things. I've yet to go back and pause it and just have a quick look at some of the other artifacts, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things there that would tick a lot of boxes with a lot of Star Wars fans. The TIE fighters flying in over those mountains, just that noise in the background was just like, and I think I said in the show, in the reaction, the hairs on the back of my neck, just as that noise of the engines got closer and they just appeared into shot. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And you know, I don't think we need to have a show full of Star Wars memorabilia or even actors coming into it. Just little bits of things like that just remind us this is a Star Wars story, because sometimes you could easily forget because it's not necessarily following the same lines as a traditional film. So yeah, it's just seeing little bits here and there, the Imperials' costumes or their outfits. It was just, to me, I'm going to give this, because I think there's more to come that's going to be better, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. In my heart of hearts, it should be a 9.5, but I don't want to peak too soon. So again, what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? I think it's now on that roller coaster ride, like I mentioned in my reaction in 2 and 3, where we're at that roller coaster on that peak, and we're now just coming over there and just about to enjoy the ride. And I just cannot wait for episode 5. I really can't. So I hope you enjoyed my reaction to this. As I say, I'm a new channel, just starting off. So if you've watched it and you've enjoyed it, it would be great if you could give us a like. And also, if you can subscribe, that'd be awesome. Then you'll see anything that I do in the future. But other than that, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.